Hello children, how are you all? See, one thing I am saying you, your notes should be completed because I am going to check your notes. How I am going to check you, I will inform you, but immediately after screening is completed, I am going to check your notes, children. You need to show your notebooks for sure. So keep your notes up to date, all of you. Okay, today we will be discussing, Today we will be discussing about zones of marine water ecosystem. Zones of marine water ecosystem. The marine water ecosystem, that is, what is marine water? Salty water. Sea and ocean water is called as marine water. These ecosystems are very deep. Okay, sometimes it is as deep as 6,000 meters also. So the depth of this sea or ocean is divided into 3 zones. What are those 3 zones in which this marine water ecosystem is divided? What are those 3 zones? First one is euphotic zone. Euphotic zone. Second one is bathyal zone. And third one is abyssal zone. Euphotic zone, bathyal zone and abyssal zone. These are the 3 zones of marine ecosystem. It is different about freshwater ecosystem. We'll discuss in our next class. These 3 zones are present only in marine water ecosystem, that is salt water ecosystem, for example oceans and seas. First, one by one we'll discuss about these 3 zones. First one is bathyal zone. Bathyal zone is the topmost zone. Bathyal zone. This zone extends from, this is the sea water, from the surface of the water. From the surface of the water, it extends to the, this is this water body and this is the surface of the water body. From here to 200 meters, this is 0 meters, this is 200 meters. Okay, this is the depth of bathyal zone. The temperature here is usually above 30 degrees Celsius. Above 30 degrees Celsius. Why? Is because sun's heat is penetrating in this regions. Sun's heat does not penetrate till the ocean bed. There is a limit for the penetration. Deep layers are always dark. The above layers are always exposed to sun rays in the daytime. So because of that reason, this layer is having above 30 degrees Celsius. Above 30 degrees Celsius in the sense, when the temperature is high, it may go beyond 40 degrees, 42 degrees, 43 degrees also it goes to. When the temperature is low in the night time, it can be as low as 30 degrees Celsius. Okay. So that is second thing, and this third thing about this bathyal zone is bright light is present here. Brightly lit. It is brightly lit. What kind of organisms do we see in this bathyal zone? In bathyal zones, we can find a different varieties of organisms. These plants which are present here, they get sunlight. So plants, if they are floating plants, they will be present here. If they are fixed plants, they will be present here. Okay. So these plants which are found in the marine water ecosystem are photosynthetic. Photosynthetic because here light penetration is there and light is going into this region, that's why it can perform photosynthesis. And plants, apart from plants, there are trout fishes here and flying fishes. Flying fishes are the fishes Flying fishes are those fishes which can fly about 200 meters. If they start from here, they can swim still 200 meters long to escape from the prey. If any animal is attacking it to hunt it, it will start flying above the sea level, just above the surface of the sea level, and it will fly at least whenever it feels safe, till it feels safe. As long as 200 meters, it can fly. Okay. Apart from that, dolphins are found here. Herrings. Herrings are birds like cranes. They are also found in this region too, because they need surface to walk on. There are here you can find green turtles also. Green turtles are also found. Sea anemone. Sea anemone is a creature which looks like a bird, which looks like a flower, anemone flower. It's having just like Chittu Chamanti, in between there are so many dots like this, and it is having so many birds like this. Color in various colors it will be. This is a flower. This flower is called as anemone. The same name is given to this animal, sea anemone. This is a land terrestrial plant which has flowers. It's of various colors, violet, orange, pink, various colors are there. So same like that, this animal is a what you say, Nidaria. It belongs to Nidaria. It has a central body like this and tentacles that are surrounded like this. So many, we can't draw it here, but many hundreds of tentacles are present for this organism. So this is sea anemone. It is also found in this region. Dolphins are found. What else? Corals are also found. Coral reefs are those areas which are having colorful plants. So here, so this is not as flat as this. The surface area will be very white. So in this region there will be so many coral reefs. Coral reefs are those colorful plants because they are formed by absorbing the minerals from organisms which are red. When organism dies inside the sea, it reaches the surface. Its body's parts reaches the surface. By using those minerals that are present in those dead organisms, these coral reefs grow. That's why they are very colorful. So those are also formed. And we can say that 80 to 90% of this flora and fauna. Flora means plants. Flora means plants. And fauna means animals. So among all the marine organisms, 80% of flora and fauna are in bathyal zone only, are in this zone. Okay. That means more number of plants and more number of animals are found. The animals which are found in this region are generally herbivorous. Some of them are carnivorous also. Because plants are available in this region, some of them depend on plants, some of them eat the other fishes that are available. And the body, so I'll write that also. Here we can find herbivorous and carnivorous are present, and their body is usually shiny and transparent. Body is shiny and transparent. Body is shiny and transparent. The reason how is it useful for these organisms is generally the surface layer of water. If you observe near the ocean or sea, when it is still, you can see there are small waves that are raising. Each wave that raises gives one sparkle, that is shining. It reflects light. The surface of the ocean or sea reflects lights and it is very shining. The surface of the sea or ocean is shining. In these shiny surfaces, if an organism is also shiny and transparent, no predator can identify this organism and it will not be generally killed. Since the light is very good, the organisms which are living in this zone have very good eyesight. Very good eyesight. So that is about this bathyal zone. Coming to the next zone, that is euphotic zone. Oh, sorry. I did a mistake, children. First zone is euphotic zone. Sorry, children, for that. First zone is euphotic zone and second zone is bathyal zone. Okay, please excuse me for this mistake. First zone is euphotic zone. Whatever we have discussed till now is all about euphotic zone, children. Second zone is bathyal zone. So second zone is bathyal zone. This is the zone which starts from, see, we have drawn the ocean. If this is the ocean, from 0 to 200, it is euphotic zone. From 200 meters to 2000 meters, this region is bathyal zone. This region is bathyal zone. And here the temperature varies from 4 degrees Celsius to 39 degrees Celsius. Maximum temperature, if temperature is very hot in hot summer, it is 39 degrees Celsius. If it is a cold climate, the temperature can be 4 degrees Celsius. And you know very well, if the temperature is 4 degrees Celsius, water is frozen. Okay. So, the temperature can be as low as 4 degrees Celsius or as high as 39 degrees Celsius. And this is a dim lit zone. The light is less, light penetration is less in this region. Okay. So in this region, what are the organisms we can see? We can see plants like kelps. Kelps are seaweeds. They keep floating in the water in the middle region. Okay. Apart from that, there are organisms which are having flat body organisms like ray fish, or they are organisms like whales, and we can also find squids. Those which are swimming freely, those organisms which are freely swimming, usually are found in these regions, because this region generally don't have those organisms which require a lot of rest. They do not get, see, if the whale is there, it can swim for long distances. Ray fish, it can swim for long distances. Squid also can swim for long distances. These type of organisms which can swim long distances are found in this region. And plants, only floating plants, those are kelps that are found in this region. Okay. In this region also we can find both herbivorous are found, herbivorous organisms are found, and also carnivores, predators instead. You can say that predators are also found. Both of these are found, and usually these fishes are having darker body because this is a dim light region and the organisms will not be identified if they are having darker body. If they are having shiny or bright color, they can be easily identified. To avoid that, to avoid the being hunted by predators, they have darker body. So that is about bathyal zone. And last zone is abyssal zone. This is the deepest layer of oceans, and this layer it starts from 2000 meters. So most of this is not in the reach of humans. Beyond 2000 meters, generally normal human being cannot see, only deep sea divers can see, and those scientists who are doing their research, they need different variety of instruments like periscope or marine submarines, or so many things like that to go into deep deepest areas to understand those organisms which are present in deep sea. And still there are many organisms, only very few organisms that live in deep seas and oceans are known. Still every now and then we get details of organisms which are discovered newly, marine organisms. Those organisms generally belong to deep sea, because this is the area where which is less in reach of human beings, and there is a wide variety of organisms that are present here. So this is the region that starts from 2000 meters. It starts from 2000 meters and it can go up to 6000 meters. It's not definite that it should go to 6000 meters for sure. Some of the seas will have lesser width of abyssal zone. Some of the seas or oceans have very deep abyssal zones. The organisms which are found in these areas, plants, there are no plants here. No plants here. Why no plants? No photosynthesis. No light, no photosynthesis. Since there are no plants here, animals that are found here are only predators. You cannot find any herbivorous organisms in deep sea. Only predators are found, and they have darker body so as to avoid its being hunted by predators. And they have bioluminescence. Bioluminescence is natural way of producing light. For example, you know, firefly glows at the night time when it is dark. Same thing can be observed in certain organisms like lanternfish. Its complete body glows when it is in hunt of a prey. Its complete body glows. And anglerfish has a hanging like a lamp. Small structure hangs above it. So anglerfish also has bioluminescence. Generally, these bioluminescent structures are present in the eye region or on sides. But these eyes which are present in these organisms are mostly non-functional. Mostly non-functional because there is no light. Since the light is absent, this structure did not develop. See, you might have heard people saying, if you exercise more, your muscles will develop. If you think more, your brain power will develop. So one thing which we are not using for any use, completely we are not using any organ. We are not using any organ. Then what happens, that organ gradually, generations of generations, it will disappear. Okay, that's what happened. Suppose now take for example, we are evolved from monkeys. Monkeys have tail, but we don't have. Why? Because we do not have any use with tails. The use has stopped. Slowly that part will disappear. Same thing happened with these organisms. There is no light, there is no use of eyes. So these eyes gradually they became non-functional. So those organisms generally which live in deep seas, those which are nocturnal organisms, they do not have very good eyes or functional eyes. Even if they have, they cannot, they are not completely functional like human eyes. Partially, very lightly they are functional, or they are not completely functional. If you take the example of bat, it is a land aerial organism. This organism is a nocturnal organism. Bat also do not have functional eyes. The eyes of bat are non-functional. So this is about the organisms that live in abyssal zone. Okay, children. So if you have any doubts, you can contact me through WhatsApp. First zone is euphotic zone. I have mistakenly written it as bathyal zone. Please correct it, children. Okay. Okay, children, that is it for today. I hope you have followed it. If you have any doubts, you can contact me through my number, message me
through WhatsApp number. Keep yourself safe, healthy, and also study well, children. Bye.